Hey there, folks, we're back with the Grixis vehicle deck. If you want to make this deck for yourself, link to the deck tech is down in the description. Gameplay is coming right up, so sit tight. Hey there, folks, my name is Thelona, and we're here with gameplay number 3 of the Grixis vehicles deck. Our opponent is on the play. What kind of hand do we have? A bunch of land, a pair of Harness Lightnings? I don't think so. Really? Also, somebody's added me to the friends list. I suppose we have no creatures, but yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so we're gonna need our black off the get-go here, so yeah, let's get that out of the way. An additional land, we're gonna need a bit of creature support, at least for Heart of Charon if possible. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we'll get something going here. If anything, we've got an unlicensed to hold things down. We've got a Harness Lightning to again hold things down. Well, our opponent is so far Rakdos, and the follow-up play is nothing whatsoever. Cathartic ooh, are we against a Reanimator or are we against a Madness? Which one is it? Apparently there are some good decisions here, so we'll find out. We'll have some insight into our opponent's deck. Wow, okay, that's saying that we're going to be having a bit of a rough time here, I think. Okay, so the mana is coming in like crazy. We'll save the Evolving Wilds for a future date. Let's just start with the Heart of Charon. Looks like they're in the control fashion, so we'll just have to watch out for that. So they'll be holding up stuff for a little while. I'm okay with this. So there's their white mana. They managed to get that. So they're Mardu control. Okay. That's a pretty beastly thing. Ooh. Chandra is not bad for heart. That's for sure. So we'll do, I suppose, we'll get our double red and then we'll caravan. And then our mana is pretty good. And then Chandra can do some work. Say if they want to Anguished Unmaking or anything, which they do not. Want to try and blow that out of their hand before we sit a Chandra down. So we'll take care here. We'll be careful. Past combat, so no fleet wheel or anything like that. That was, to be completely honest, something I was a little afraid of. Ooh, this is not bad. Now we know that they're going to try and fire in with that. A Saheeli Rai will probably deal with that in that regards. I'm seeing a Blessed Alliance in our future, honestly. Yeah. All right, well, let's just go with it. Let's drop down the Saheeli Rai. Let's get our scry looking a little bit better here. And we don't want more land. We've got enough as is. We're going to be seeing removal. That's fine. Okay, so they do have a plan. We know that already. Skywhaler shot. Well, I would have liked slightly to run the mana a little bit differently, but that's not the case here. So, well, we scryed a land to the bottom, and I see that I didn't exactly have my mana quite right here. That's unfortunate. We're going to go with a Chandra Saheeli burn down. Oh, there goes one of the Anguished Unmakings. We got him down by 4 health so far. I mean, there's a thing. And we get a Fatal Push. Fatal Push is not bad in this regards. So there's nothing really to come up here. Let's just drop Chandra. That's right, Saheeli was just something there to mess with you. So let's fire this off and get some damage to them. There goes our first creature. All right, let's get the Evolving Wilds down and say go. I'm going to leave it there in case we need to push, say, a Kalitas or something like that. Because Kalitas would be a pretty decent threat in that regards. There's a cathartic reunion. They're going to be searching for that second anguish I'm making. Oblivion Strike and Murder. Well, there goes all the creature removal. That's what we're looking for. Alright. So they don't have the answer yet. I'm pretty confident in things right now. So let's fire off 2. And an Inventor's Apprentice. It does make a target. Well, yeah, sure. Let's force that out. And do not tap my double black. Want to copter out. So now we have Harness Lightning and Push available. And in case something comes up beyond that, we at least have some sort of chump block scenario. But it looks like we're going to be going with the Chandra Ult win here. Which is a unique one for this deck, to be completely honest. We haven't seen that yet. Sanitarium, he's looking. He is looking. A Pianalar is actually pretty decent. And with that, I think Harnessed Lightning. I'm thinking his threats are 4 and below. Alright, let's see what we get with the cards. Well, that's not bad. Let's just cast that. Now, our situation here is we can... I'm going to crew with this, like this. So he has to remove this if he's got some sort of hasty, like, anything. We got to protect Chandra for the most part. And I'm going to just do this. And get some card advantage going. An Aether Hub is... In conjunction with this, it's not bad. But I don't feel that we need it. We're going to have spells cast. We're going to be going for face pretty soon here. And now we have all our removal open. Well, I suppose I threw the Harnessed Lightning away, but that's okay. We've got Unlicensed to put them under that tier if we need to. So let's see how they play this. Did you pull out the Anguished? Necromantic Summons. Well, I mean, I didn't catch that, but it's just an Ulamog. It's not hard cast, so we don't care. Alright, well, I mean, sure. I don't care about your Ulamog. So, unlicensed your Ulamog. And deal 5 damage to you. This doesn't, yeah, it just does 3 damage regardless. And deal 5 damage. It's simple enough. Well, that's a Chandra win. That was rather interesting. Alright. See you in the next game. Alright, game 2. Yeah, we're at rank 39, so we might get 40 for this season, this game. We'll see. All the tap lands in the world. I mean, it curves fine. Yeah, let's just hope for the best, honestly, with that regard. So let's just throw down a tap land. You never know, we might get an untapped land for dealing with the rest of this. Okay, opponent is on red. And our draw is a swamp, which deals with both of these lands. So awesome. Please go down and please go down. Get our copter online. And depending on how our opponent plays, we might just go straight into Well-Fast Engineer and smack him for a good 5. Okay, so it's Izzet into Cathartic Reunion. Wow! Some interesting turn 2 plays. So take inventory. This is definitely tutelage. So we want to go straight to the dome as quickly as possible, I think. Okay, with that said, do they carry board wipes? Should we go with a Pianalar first? That's a tempting thought. It's a very tempting thought, but a Storm Chaser at the same time. Well, we have a mitt full of creatures, so Storm Chaser's not that great. but P and Alar could do some serious work. And Well-Fast Engineer, of course, I don't want it as the first target for removal. That's my thought process on that. So let's drop a Drowned Catacomb, play Pia, and let her soak up some interesting removal off the get-go here. So we'll just leave a 2/2 on standby, like so. It gives us a 3 power either way, except for we don't get the +2/+0. It's just a safety precaution. So let's take a look, see if we can find something a little more synergistic. We have 4 lands, and I'm going to say we have, let's see, we have tons of blue. We don't use a lot of blue, so that can go. And smack them for a good 3. That gets the lands filtered away from the deck a little bit, and we can, well, we can drop 2 drops next turn. We'll see where that goes. There's the tutelage. That's fine by us. I don't think they're going to be able to beat the pace. I don't see it happening. So, how much removal do I think they have? I'm going to go with Storm Chaser and Glint Sleeve. I think that'll be the play to go. This gives us 1 to crew and the rest to attack, and that should do some work as well. Put some serious pressure on our opponent. We'll see if we find anything better. Thopter Engineer, that's... That's a tough call. I mean, we can curve out pretty nicely, but I'm going to go with the go wide plan. I don't think it's going to make a difference to our damage next turn. Not in any real regard. So if they have any form of board wipe, we can immediately go with the Thopter Engineer straight afterwards. And do they give us... Oh, yeah. It doesn't look like it. Let's continue playing. Let's see if they have anything. So, we didn't get our lovely little Scrap Heap Scrounger out, but that's fine. I mean, had we gotten a land, we could have pulled out a Scrap Heap. And the AI loves to think on the second main, and it would be a Brawl Chief of Compliance. That's fine by me. In fact, he's not really going to affect us in any way. In fact, it's going to turn out quite nicely. So, does this really change the plan in any regard? So, if we were to crew and cast Unlicensed, in fact, I think Well-Fast is... Well-Fast goes down, we crew with Pia. Just trying to see the maximized damage. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just tempted to go with Unlicensed here. I just am. Mostly because I don't want him to have cheap spells. So take that. And this bumps this guy up by 1. Which is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can go with something like this, and that's fine. And then they can make some decisions. Some energy that doesn't matter. A Yeheni, which is also pretty good. It's a nice hasty option. They're both hasty options. What am I talking about? It doesn't matter at this point. We've got them beat, I think. So I'm just going to throw Thopter Engineer out. We don't have any extra artifacts coming out, so yeah, there we go. Just in case there was tricks. So there we go. That's game number 2. This thing is rolling on fire today. It's doing pretty good. In fact, I've lost to 1 land screw actually with this deck. It's doing pretty good, and we're rank 40, so boom, take that. Very nice. See you in the next game. Okay, we're up against 3 squares. Interesting, they're on the play. And what do we have? We have some Aether Hubs, Sulfur Falls, and tied with a Mountain, Inventor's Apprentice with a Scrap Heap, and a Harnessed Lightning. It's a nice curve, I'll give it that. We've got the Aether Hubs to complement. the Harness Lightning. So, sure, why not? Foul Orchard. Well, this is going to be a slow start on our opponent's behalf. They have a 0 cost thing, which definitely leads to just a couple options. And I don't think it's Bonesaw. So let's throw down the Inventor's Apprentice. We know what's coming. We can force their hand if they decide to ever pop it out with a Harness Lightning. So that's turn 1. Turn 2 is Scrap Heap. Turn 3 is Weld Fast. Yeah, it's going to get pretty... No, Dryad. Well, that really just kind of slows down the whole process, doesn't it? Into a Renegade map. Well, that's just a little irritating thing, isn't it? Alright, how do you decide to go on this one? The Scrap Heap is what I'm intending to just play anyway. I'm gonna just brute force through this and not waste my removal on 1/1 in this regards. I'll trade 1 drop for 1 drop easily. So our Drowned Catacomb is a little inconvenient. We will be using Aether Hub for the Weldfast Engineer, so let's just drop this down and swing for 2. If they want to chump block that, that is fine by me. Do a trade. 1 drop for 1 drop, that is fine by me. And they go for it. Now this has got a little bit more behind it, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, they're sacking for land, and they're getting a green, so they seem to be full on Golgari. Into a Vengeful Rebel. Okay, so they're going to be one of those irritating little twat decks. Make me curse up a storm. Okay, I see how it is. So Glint Sleeve Siphoner feels like the interesting play here, but I'm going to go with Drowned Catacomb and Harness Lightning this guy for now. Get him out of the way. Glint Sleeve will be a source of removal. He's decided to throw everything at us, but we do have the ability to bring back that guy. Constrictor. I was wondering. And it doesn't feel... It feels like Snake just happens to be in there based on what we're seeing so far. Okay. So we'll drop that. Get the energy. And drop Glint Sleeve. That gives us a good chunk of energy. In fact, enough to comfortably go get the Scrap Heap. Walking Ballista. Well, I mean, there it is. And it's for 3. And they're swinging for 2? Yeah, we get it. And we know that they're going to try and take this out. There we go. Going to force their hand with throwing out the Ballista then. If they use that thing liberally, then we're probably doing okay. And now we're drawing all creatures, which is unfortunate. So I'll drop Inventor's Apprentice in case we need it to Yahenni. Grow Yahenni a little bit. And it's something I feel like it can be protected. And we're just going to go full out at his face. How you going to play that one out, buddy? This is this is giving him his first decision. He's letting it through. He is not letting it through. He is going to definitely let's fake him out. Oh, Trixie. All right, well, off you go. Faked him out. I wanted to just trigger the thing and do nothing and see what happened. And he did end up using a blossoming defense. So he wants to keep it around. And he's going to make it 4 counters. This is a very uncomfortable situation for us, to be completely honest. So he can go all out here. And that ballista is irritating as hell. What we need is a removal spell just simply so that he has to do something about it. And that is not a removal spell, unfortunately. It looks like somebody is getting the upper hand on us today. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? So we'll cast Weldfast and set him down and create a situation where he can choose. So make that decision. Okay, well, this makes a very interesting thing where we can know what? I'm going to let it go. Because we can just simply bring him back. All right, let the land stay in hand. Unfortunately, he's got full board control here. Because we've seen the one removal spell, and we can get rid of this thing easily with anything else. Inexorable Blob, do you have the delirium? You do now. Okay, so it looks like we might have our first legitimate loss here, folks. It's possible. In fact, I really think it's kind of likely. He did not bump the counters up, so there's a thing there. All right, not doing anything. Let's bring back the scrap heap. And it's tap the mana funky. There we go. And sure, you go away. Letting it go. Oh, come on! Really? How do we work with that? Alright, this is how we work with that. We send this in. And this. Make him make a decision. He can let it through. And which he does. Maintains his board state. And I suppose we'll just... How's our mana? Let's have some black down there for a minute. That way we're stopped using our energy. I don't know if we'll get there, folks. I just don't. Implement a Ferocity, because all of a sudden this deck is going 200 different directions, and I didn't know which one to expect. I was expecting a Delirium deck, folks. And then the snake drops down. And it's like, what? Okay. Yeah. So let's see how you play this out, buddy. Mind Rack Demon, because dumb luck. Oh my god. Yeah, he got the nuts and we didn't get any removal. We got a bunch of creatures, I won't, but we seriously needed removal in this particular match. So this creates many, 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 many things, unfortunately. So here's the thing. I'm gonna at least force this. Want him to feel a little uncomfortable about that kind of thing. Let's see what we can do here. And that, and that, and I don't see us getting there, guys. It just kind of felt like we got a whole lot of nothing happening. And a Skyship Plunderer is not the thing that's going to save us. So, let's see. If we were to block everything, we die. Well, fair enough. I mean, I'm not even gonna wait around. That's our first legitimate loss. Good game, opponent. Have a nice day. We're not getting through that. We just can't, unfortunately. No removal, just the one Harness Lightning, and that's that. All right, thoughts about the deck? It still kicks ass. Like, really, it kicks ass. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys feel like you want to make this deck. I still think it's quite a viable deck. I mean, we did just rank up to 40 with it, so there's that. Well, we're at rank 39, but hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try something a little different next week. See if it works. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.